Because the next podcast we have, which is about, let's talk about chivalry again. I know what's up.
I know, right?
I know it's gonna be some tea to spill.
Y'all don't win all. It's gonna have to be a 2-part episode.
Yeah, like literally, we definitely like
this is definitely long.
I got a lot of content to chop up.
Oh my gosh!
Nice little segue.
First of all, someone who's supportive is gonna automatically be chivalrous.
I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
See, just with you,
it's not.
You're only chivalrous to your wife, and that's fine.
It's not
but
true.
I just thought we were better than that, but it's okay.
That's not true.
I'm not chivalrous to take. The people who I'm talking about, I'm going to send this to all of their phones so they can watch this and know that I'm talking about them. Okay.
Hey, how are you doing? My name is Clint, and you know I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hampstead. Okay.
Just saying.
Whatever. I really feel like we're better than that.
All of our qualities that we explained.
Who did it?
So hey, listen.
But even our qualities that we explained had chivalry in them, respectful.
They're right. Like,
well, hold up. Let's just start this off right.
Okay.
Right. So, first of all, chivalry is something that comes from what? I think it comes from like the old knight days, like the London days, right? Old white people. When we look up chivalry,
white people.
Why did you go to white people?
Only white people.
Listen
to what I'm saying. The term chivalry comes from the knights, right? Like I looked up the title, like what chivalry is. Like it comes from.
Yeah,
it's an old term, right?
I have it right here. Okay, I have it. Yes, it is. Okay, chivalry as a concept emerged around the 10th century AD in France when the Christian church began attempting to regulate the violence endemic to Frankish society.
There might be some black people in there back then, though.
the term from the French word chivalry or knight, or derives his name from cheval or horse.
Okay.
That sounds like my cousin's name, Chivalry.
If you don't, okay, let's do.
I know her too.
She from Hampstead too.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
From the hood.
Okay, so qualities except an ideal knight, especially courage, honor, courtesy, justice, and readiness to help. I'm not gonna say this last word because I don't like that word, but yeah.
So all right, so listen. Since clearly you have some stuff on your chest, just go ahead and let it out. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm about to let it out. Okay, and you know what? Light skin, I really want you to hear me on this because
he didn't even do nothing. He didn't even do nothing.
Because I know. Because I'm about to break this down. And
unlike women, we don't just take sides.
Hold on, wait.
I'm just saying.
You're not chivalrous.
Y'all like to back each other up when y'all wrong. Trim would never back me up if I'm wrong.
First of all, you went from unlike Jay to unlike women.
Yeah, women
dynamic.
Women like to have each other back when they're wrong.
First of all,
but I was literally saying, I was talking to Kenneth, and I'm like, my point is, I know he's gonna be like, if it's right or if it's wrong, like he gonna be like, yeah, but I don't see the problem. And okay, listen, this is the situation. As y'all know, C and I hang out in a group together outside of the podcast. Okay, so the group consists of it's 6 women. 4 of the 6 women are married. So 2 women are single. I myself am one of the women that are single. So we're at one of our functions. We always have a function to celebrate one of our birthdays. Okay. I was asked to bring a table to help for the setup. So we're doing the breakdown. They're loading up the cars. Of course, all the husbands are helping their wives. So my table was broken down and I was carrying my table to the car. It's a typically heavy table, whatever. So I was carrying the table. I walked past all 4 of the men in our group. Nobody offered to help me carry the table. So, and C was one of these men. And what added insult to injury is one of the men, while I'm carrying the table to my car, taps me on my shoulder and goes, "Oh yeah, Jazz, you got it," while I'm carrying the table. So this, and then let's put this out there. C has a daughter. One of the other guys has 2 daughters, and then you have one guy who has a stepdaughter, whatever the case may be. Nobody said, "Hey, Jazz, you got that? Hey, you need help." Nobody even offered. They all literally walked right by me, and that was it. I did have a problem with that, because if we supposed to be this family, we like brothers and sisters, and nobody thought to be like, "Jazz, you need help. Hey, where's your car? You need me to carry this." It's like, okay, yeah, I know you're going to make sure your wife is good and set up her car, but I was the last person carrying my table, and nobody even had the decency to be like, "Jazz, you good?" or even offer. And it rubbed me the wrong way, and I said something about it.
Question: Were the men carrying something at the time too?
No, they were coming back from putting stuff in the car. Their hands were empty.
If you patted somebody on the shoulder to say, "Oh, you got this," you have a free hand. So let's be clear. Let me say something about my grandfather. My grandfather and my grandmother were married for 50 years before my grandfather passed when I was in 5th grade. There was not one time that I was with my grandmother, and it's just, what I'm seeing, that he didn't open her car door. I'm not saying you got to do all this extracurricular stuff, but the fact that he took the time to open her car door, every time that I've seen them together, he opened the car door. All these men in the building, you ain't got to be my man, but all these men in the building. I'm going to say something about my brother. My brother, if he saw me carrying the table, he would be highly pissed off that I'm carrying a table and I didn't ask him for help, or I didn't leave it to him to do it. I'm not saying y'all gotta be acrobats. You ain't gotta spin the table on one
and
thing.
And that was my thing. I was just saying, and then the thing that also kind of before I even started hanging out with the group, and I knew it was a bunch of couples in my mind, and I even said this to Tay. I was like,
"You're single.
Nah,
yeah,
I'm
single.
good. I'm single. I don't want to be the 5th wheel." Her words were, "Nah, it's not like that. We all like brothers and sisters. We all help each other out. It's a friend atmosphere. We all help each other out." I'm like, "Oh,
so that shut you down.
Right. So a few couple of I'm like, "All right, yeah, these my bros, whatever. Happy birthday, woo woo, yeah. So I know with Jordan, if he knows I'm going grocery shopping, he's like, "Hey, call me when you're outside. I'm gonna come and help you bring the groceries in." My dad literally got upset with me one time when I brought groceries. He was like, "Why didn't you tell me to come outside? I would help you bring the groceries in." And I was just like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, "I didn't even really think about that." And he was like, "You got more in the car?" And I was like, "No, I'm done." And he was like, "Make sure you call and help me help you bring the groceries in." So with this situation, I'm trying to if we like bros and we family, we spending birthdays, and then if somebody
have me outside carrying
somebody so upset that I don't invite them to my birthday get together.
Nobody did nothing. Right.
Somebody's so mad, "Oh, she don't never invite me her birthday get togethers," but you couldn't even be like, "Yo, sis, you got it? Yo, sis, you good?"
Jay, hold on one second. See what's going on. What you got? What you got?
I'm waiting for her to finish.
Wait a minute. I know you was addressing.
I was talking.
Can I address my 2 cents and say what I want to say? First
I
off,
really want to hear, because you
First off, I will say this. I don't think chivalry is dead. I do think that if the men saw you carrying something and they were not carrying something themselves, me, if I was there and I didn't have my hands full, or if I was coming back and I saw you, I would have asked you if you needed help. And the reason why I say that, because today I actually offered and carried one of my coworkers her bags because she was on crutches. She had a bag and she had a lunchbox. And I'm walking past her. I'm like, "Hey, you got that? You want me to help you?" She was hesitant at first. I'm like, "Yeah, no, let me help you." I just carried the stuff for her to her car, and she got in the car. So that's just
because she was on crutches, or just because she was a lady.
She was a lady and she was on crutches. Two things.
I'm just trying to understand, because it sounded like the first thing you said was because because she was on crutches. Niggas can be on crutches too. Like
no, I mean, but she carried her stuff from like wherever she was in the building all the way out to the parking lot, and she was doing fine on herself. But I mean, I just offered him, like, hey, you okay? Do you need help? Can I help you? I mean, that's just me. I'm not saying that I'm not saying my choice is what everybody else would do. That's just me. Like my mom and my stepmom, they instilled that in me. Like, you help out, make sure you just help out. That's just me. I mean, I'm not saying like I wasn't there, so I can't speak for all the men that was there. I'm just saying that's what I would have done if I was there. That's just me.
I'm gonna make sure we invite you to the next gathering, Kenneth.
Hopefully the cookout.
I don't know.
You are definitely
I don't know. Y'all might have a problem
with
light. I might be the only light skinned person there, so y'all might have a problem with light skin. Just saying, FYI.
You literally will be though. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh no, you're not. No, you're not. It's one other guy.
Ooh.
Okay, see, no, that's not important. See.
All right, so listen. First, I do want to apologize. I mean, I did. So listen, I had a conversation with my wife, right? And because here's the thing. I told Tay, I said, listen, because I mean, the reason why the conversation came up because I brought it up, and I told her, I said, well, because in my mind when you came up, I was going to ask you, do you need help? So Tay was like, well, you know what, Clint, you should always go with what you feel is right. And the reason why she said that is because so many women get offended. I've come across to a lot of women who got offended when I helped them. Oh, I got it. What, you think a woman can't do this? Right? So I get confused on helping women because they want to be so independent. Right?
Do you feel like that about Jay though? Like, yeah, Jay's not women. Like,
yes, Jay is very independent. And the question that I want to ask Jay is, if you're saying, okay, well, there are 4 men there, right? Why did you pick the table up in the first place?
Because I was picking all of my stuff up, and I don't like. I'm really one. No, and you're right. I see what you're saying, because even I don't even know how this, but it's like programmed in my mind. Because even I don't know if you remember, we were going on a trip, and I was like putting the stuff in the car, and Tay was like, "Put that down." She was like, "Clint is gonna load the car," and I was like, "Oh, all right, my bad." So it's programmed. So I was just like, oh, okay, let me get my stuff to load the car. But it was just when I had the table and I was walking by y'all and nobody offered. Like at the time we were clearing out the area. So I was like, all right, let me get my stuff or whatever the case may be. But when I saw y'all and I was like carrying the table, because I remember I came out after y'all and y'all had y'all stuff and y'all were walking out carrying stuff. And then y'all happened to put y'all stuff and I was coming out afterwards and I was just like,
see,
I was like, okay. So
that's the problem that I have. That table shouldn't have been picked up by you in the first place.
I agree on that part.
That table should have been sitting there because I came up. We all of the men are picking up the heavy stuff and bringing it to the car. We all are doing that. Now, understand that in my mind, I'm like, you know what, Jazz exercising. She's doing all this stuff. She's trying to get fit. In my mind, I'm like, yo, well, maybe she's doing this to, maybe get some exercise, right? Because in my mind, the table is, to me, the table is not that light, right? Now, I want to tell you, I want to give y'all some steps, because Jazz carried it from inside the place to where I was at the car. Her car is 5 steps behind me. 5 steps. So I'm like, okay, she got it from, first of all, she shouldn't have picked it up because it's all men here that's picking up all the stuff. That's one. Two, so in my mind, okay, well, she got it from the room to where I was outside the car, and her car is right there. So maybe, like I said, maybe she just is trying to get some exercise. I don't know. But the
can I say something on that?
When I see, like, when women always saying stuff like, oh, well, you know, women can do everything men can do, right? Or men are independent. Women are so independent. You got to understand that's very confusing to a man. Like I'm raised the same way Trent was raised. I'm raised to help women, you know, when they need help or when they don't ask for help. And Jazz knows how many times I've asked people, or I get upset when people do stuff like pick up tables. But I can't keep up with, well, should I help her? Is she that independent to where she's going, because we're almost like she's right there. Like, I promise you, if I would have moved, she would have had 5 more steps to get to the car. If I wasn't there.
If Tay had picked up that table, no matter how close the car was from the door to the step, what was your first move? You would have been pissed off.
No. You know why? Because I married an extra independent woman, right? Like, Tay, if I look it up in the dictionary, it's Tay is right there. Like, she's very independent, right? First thing but because the thing about it is that I do get upset when she brings groceries in the house and stuff like that. I do, but see, she does this anyway sometimes, right? She still does it. Like, as much as I get upset, she still brings groceries in the house, right? So why am I continuously telling you, don't do that. Don't bring the groceries in the house. We've been doing this for over almost 20 years. You still bringing the groceries in the house.
Because it's instinctual for both of us. Like, okay, taking it from Jay. Jay has a mother that's independent, that has taught her to be independent. Okay, so her carrying a table, it's not like, I'm sure that Jay got almost to her car like, hold on, I just passed by 14 dudes that did not do this. Just think about like how women think. Independent women think. Yes, we are independent.
But why?
Yes, we are independent.
This is confusing.
Wait, let me just finish.
But this is good. What you're saying right now is confusing, though. You understand what I'm saying?
It's very confusing. It's very confusing. I just want to finish my thought because I want you to understand in a way, because Jay is very, conflicted with how she is. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. She is an independent person because she has had to be. She's single. She's by herself. She don't, whatever the case is, she's not settling. And I applaud her for that. But the fact that not only is she walking by men, she's walking by men that are in her circle, her friends.
But why are you walking with a table?
But at the same time, why isn't anybody stepping in and like, girl, chill out. Why is you carrying the table?
You know why? You know why? Well, I'm gonna say this for me, because first of all, in my mind, if you pick up a table, right, and as heavy you think this table is, why are you carrying it?
Who said it's heavy?
She did. She just said it.
Heavy. She's saying
she just said it.
Well, even if it is, okay, maybe it's heavy. But even if it is heavy, she passed by not only her friends, men, her friends, her brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, nobody stepped in to say, like, oh, let me get a table for you. Y'all don't understand, and we don't understand y'all either. That's the whole dynamic. We will never understand.
Trent, go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this. Regardless of however a woman is or whatever, if she's independent, super independent, me being a guy, I'm still gonna offer and throw it out there. It's like I'm still gonna throw my line out there, like, hey, you need it?
That's important.
Okay, I don't get no bite that time. Throw it out there again. You need it?
Yes.
Need it? Okay.
So
you need it? That's what I'm gonna do.
So listen, I'm I'm gonna keep it all the way G. I'm not the type of person that's gonna keep on constantly asking you something when you know you aren't supposed to be doing it.
My sister said nobody asked her at all. So
no. So let me paint the picture though, because I'm outside. I cannot speak for everybody else, right? But I'm outside. I just bought something to my car, right? So when I see her, no lie, the first thing I'm like, yo, I did ask myself, why is she carrying this table, right? So all these things are coming in my head. I was like, well, dang, she went from here to here. She didn't have to pick up this table. These are the questions literally as she's coming up. These are the things literally coming in my head. She didn't. There are 3 or 4 other people here, that men, right? She didn't have to pick this table up. Why is she picking up this table? Is she picking up the table because she wants to exercise? Why? Why is it that she has this table in her hand? I mean, because like I said, she's been around me long enough to know that I don't like that. She knows this.
Did you ask her any of these questions?
Say it again.
Did you ask her? When you started with the table, did you ask her any of these questions?
Didn't I just preface this what I just said with, I'm not the type of person to say things over and over again. Like, I don't like I don't like that, right? So in my mind, there has to be another reason why you're doing this. Like, it has to be some other reason why you picked this table up. Because you wanted to pick this table up. And so in my mind, like, okay, well, she picked the table up. She came from the room. There were other people. Once again, I can't speak for them. She got all the way out here. I'm like, it has to be. So I promise you, it was something in me to say, yo, I got it, but I didn't, because I'm like, yo, she knows. Like, why did she do this? Like, I didn't understand it. That's where the conflicting part is, right? Like, you talk about women doing men jobs, right? In those chivalrous days, that wasn't allowed. Like, you stayed home and you took care of the kids. You didn't do men jobs. In this chivalrous time that we're talking about, where chivalry came from, you didn't do that in those times. You don't do what men do. Basically, is what they say. You stay home, take care of the kids, right? So in this climate that we're in, with women do what men do, I have no problem with that. But how are we picking and choosing? That's the part that I have. Like, you pick the table up, right? You picked the table up, and I did. And I'm like, in my mind, okay, well, why did she do that? And that's all. That's all I can think about. That was happening at that time with me.
I picked the table up because I picked the table up when I had to put it in the car. I picked the table up when I had to get it out of the car to go in the room to set up. So at the time, but you have to think about it. At those times, there were no men around. So it kind of is to what Tay is saying. It's forced. Like, it's like, if I don't do it, it's not. Hold on. If I don't do it, it's not going to get done.
Because I'm good with that, though.
That was then. So therefore, when we're cleaning up and when we're packing up, it's like, oh, okay. And it's programmed in my mind, because, like you said, there have been plenty of times when we're together and it has to be like the girls have to be like, Jazz, put that down. Let the guys do it. But it's because I don't have that luxury of there always being a man.
That's cool.
Me.
I understand
that. But what I think what triggered me is when I'm with you and I'm at y'all house and I'm with Tay or whatever, and it's like, oh, hey, let's see, do that or whatever. That's fine. But I think what triggered me, and it made me feel like chivalry has to be dead, is the fact that it wasn't just you. It was 3 other people. So not out of 4. Listen. Not out of just you, not out of just you thinking, out of 4 men, it never dawned not once on 4 men to see, hey, Jazz, let me help you with that. And then what took the what added insult to injury was one of them took it upon himself to tap me on my back while I'm holding the table and say, "Oh, way to go, Jazz, you got it. I'm gonna let your mom know that she's raising a strong, independent woman." Like, what?
Listen,
I'll say
listen, that right there, I don't know about all of that, right? Because I mean that is wrong. I give you that. That is wrong. What I'm saying, for me, as a person who was always raised to, I was raised by my mom, right? Like I didn't have a chivalrous example. I just do, and like Tay was saying, like just do what's right, right? I always did what was always right. But see, there are a few situations where I've tried to help women and they got very offended, right? Like literally like upset. Like, I'm like, yo, how did this conversation get here? You know, and you know, I like I said, and then on top of that, the times where I'm like, yo, like I tell people constantly, like, yo, I tell everybody, I'm like, yo, why? Yo, you know, I'm like, you making me look bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you making me look crazy because you picking up stuff.
I just, the only reason why I say it's really about perspective, because for women, it's very confusing. I will be the first to tell you.
It is confusing. I'll say
it's very confusing because women want you to see their mind and see their actions, but don't do this, but do that. And I need you to be chivalrous, but I also need you to understand that I'm an independent woman, and don't be telling me what to do. But please instruct me. I like when you talk to me like that. Like, it's very confusing.
Said, it's funny. Somebody said that, you know, to figure out a guy, you got like one book. To figure out a woman, you got like all these different types of books.
Yeah, it's a stack. It's a whole library. And I can't even, like, women can't even explain where we're coming from for real. But I also feel like chivalry is dead because we also get comfortable with mundane. We get comfortable, like what Jay was saying, like what I was telling, talking to y'all about Jay.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the luxury of, I'm sure that Jay probably feels funny asking somebody else, man, oh, can you carry this table for me?
But see,
can you do this? And can you do that?
No. That cannot be an excuse, though.
But at the same time,
that cannot be an excuse, though.
My thought. Let me finish this last little part. Jay probably, she is raised by an independent woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's really kind of crazy for us to feel like this about men, but at the same time, I also feel like a lot of the men in our lives are raised by independent women. So it's almost like, how don't you know? Like what we got going on.
See, that's the problem, though. Women think
it's really crazy.
Women think that we're mind readers, right?
That's true.
I'm not. And why aren't y'all like what's going on? Like y'all haven't read a mind yet?
No.
What's going on?
Right. Like
y'all haven't figured that out.
Never been able to get it right.
Right.
Never been able to
get it right. Because guess what? That's called assuming in my world.
Yeah. Exactly. Never been able to get it right.
You know what they say about assuming.
But how many women have you met that gave you the real deal? Like, I want this. I want you to do it like this. Like, how many women have either one of you had that gave you the straightforward and it
was one woman, but it was like at different times she wanted specific things, and then that changed to where she wanted specific things at different times. So,
like what, food tacos or pizza? Like what?
Food tacos. What she wanted at the time, like what type of affection she wanted, or what type of attention she needed, or what type of needs she needed to be met at that certain time. And this, like with me and my wife, this has brought up a lot of arguments. And even when we were going to counseling, the counselor has said that you have to explain exactly what it is that you want to my wife. I'm like, you can't expect him to read your mind. Because there would be some times where she wouldn't say anything and tell me anything, and then all of a sudden I know she was mad. She never voiced her opinion exactly what it is at the time that she was looking for, and it led to an argument. So
I feel like men are so.
We ain't perfect.
I feel like y'all so basic. Like it's cute almost. It's almost cute, and I'm not trying to be ugly.
But it also says like they've said plenty of times, like men are very like straightforward. Like they have this one thing on their mind. This is what's on their mind, and like that's it. Whereas women, it's just like we got different compartments, and this and this and this, and there's so many things that's going on. And there are some people who really do have a issue with expressing or communicating fully what it is that they want and how they want it and when they want it. And it's unfortunate because it causes a breakdown and it causes miscommunication within the two. But I think what needs to happen, or especially within that's a relationship. And I'm not even just talking about just like, like romantic relationship. I'm talking about friendship, whatever. It has to be understanding of communication and learning that person. Because I feel like when you've known someone for a certain amount of time, it's just certain things that you just know because you've been around this person for so long.
But I want to ask C, and just before y'all continue, and I'm once I ask this question, I'm done. How many? I don't know how many relationships you guys have had. But how many Black women have you dated that could just tell you, pinpoint, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I need you to do. This is how I want you to act. How many Black women, how many people in your life, how many women have you dated that gave you that?
Like, I guess if my understanding is correct, are you saying like as far as like treating them? Or like what they want?
Just in general, like straight up and down, like pinpointing everything. Like just say from food to how I expect you to act, how I expect you to treat me, how you want to be treated. Like, they just pinpointed what they can just
taste like that.
Well, you got a good one.
Taste like that. Tay is very straightforward about what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Like you could always know, like, in terms of like, it will be certain things that, because there's so many things that it's very, like, you might forget, like I know I do, like certain things, but, it's like, Tay likes chocolate, but she don't like chocolate ice cream, Like she, I'm sorry. She doesn't like chocolate, but she likes white chocolate, but she can eat like chocolate ice cream or something else that's chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows, like Tay's always been the type of person, she knows what she wants. And she'll tell you straight up how she wants to be treated and the respect that she demands. And, she's top to bottom. Now, sometimes she'll be at the point too where she set me to read her mind too about certain things.
That's womanistic. I need y'all to understand that. And I'm so sorry.
Listen, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Period.
It's not going to happen. But see, it is just a lot. I think a lot of people have an understanding about how they want to be treated, or, I understand the whole thing about being independent and, you had to depend on, but see, my thing is, and this is for anybody that's around me. If you know that I'm around, don't do certain things when I've said it. Like, I'm not the type of, I really don't like to, like, because my thing is, if I've said something and you know how I am, now you're just doing it because you want to do it.
But I also feel like, in that sense, like you,
I don't like to be tested. I don't like to be tested. But like, I don't like that whole, but let me put you to the test, or let me just, or I'm just going to do it type thing.
But it's also like with Jay with the table. Like Jay is walking around with the table, and it's like, okay, you feel like she should know that she shouldn't be carrying the table because you will carry the table. But it's also like, okay, if you gonna carry the table, why the table ain't outside already? You know what I'm saying?
We're all putting hold on. hold on. I don't know if the scene is fully painted. So let's do this. Let's do this again, right? We're all putting stuff up, right?
Like it was like a big cleanup. Like we had to be
everybody. We got to be out. We got to be out by a certain time.
So it was like everybody just grabbed and just.
So everybody's right. Everybody's trying to get out. Everybody's grabbing stuff. I'm back and forth to the car. Everybody's back and forth to the car, right? So everybody's just joining and picking up stuff. Now, at this time, I'm at my car. Right? I don't know what's going on in the house. I do know this is not a big place that we're in. Like it's not big at all. Like we're not like way across yonder or something. Like we ain't like the room is right there. And my car is about 7 steps away from his room. Right? Take Jay's car right behind me. Another 5 steps. Okay. So as we're all rushing, trying to put stuff in the car, doing all this stuff, I stopped. So I'm kind of trying to figure out some things. I'm honestly in another space anyway. Right. I'm trying to think about like what I want to do next. I forget it was something that we had me and the guys that talked about going somewhere else. I'm like, do I really want to go this place or something like that? Right. So I see her coming up. Now, in my head, I said, yo, take the table away from her. I said, but wait a minute. Like, well, I know, like maybe she's just picking up the table just to pick it up. All right, cool. Well, all right. Well, then I'm like, she's walking up close. I'm like, well, hey, why she pick this table up? All right, cool. So literally, it literally was on my tongue, like, yo, Clint, just take it out of her hands anyway. It was. But I didn't say it because it was a real confusing moment at the time. I was just all together trying to figure out whether or not I want to go to this place or not. Trying to figure out why she got this table in her hand. I didn't say anything to her because it's like, literally I'm not there. So, but then I'm like, okay, well, as she's walking past me, I'm like, well, all right, the car's right there. So everything is all good. But then it bothered me. Like literally, it bothered me. It bothered me the fact that she had the table, like she picked the table up. I did understand that nobody took the table out of her hand. So it bothered me. So I brought it up to Tay. Like that's how much it bothered me. I brought it up to her. And I was like, yo, Tay, like, I'm confused about something. Can you help me out with this? And ask her, because she'll tell you. I brought it up. So I said, I'm confused. Like I saw Jazz picking up the table. She bought it, like she was bringing it into the car. Like, why did she do that? Like, I don't understand. Like, did I supposed to take the table out of hand? Like, why? Like, I understand y'all, all of y'all independent. Every last one of y'all on some independence. All of them.
Y'all listen to Destiny's Child, Miss Independent.
Yeah, they all.
That's not what we did.
See, keep going. Go ahead.
So I'm asking her, like, okay, yo. So Tay's like, okay, well, Clint, first she's like, yo, just, she broke down the whole thing about being independent, and she, everybody, like, she, because she's the same way. Like, she comes from a whole line of women that are very strong. Y'all think y'all strong-minded, independent? Y'all ain't got none on her aunts. Like her aunts to the point where, I ain't even gonna go, but they strong women, right? So she comes from a long line of that well, you don't need a man, you don't need. So, but I expressed my confusion to her. I was like, well, I don't understand this because one minute y'all say I don't need a man, but then y'all want a man to help y'all with something. Like, I don't get it.
Who said? Well, first of all, if it's instinctual for us to be independent, why isn't it instinctual for you guys to like, oh, girl, let me get that table. I don't care. Period.
Like I said,
like whatever the case is.
That's me.
Why is it not instinctual?
You know why? Maybe
if you expect Jay to know how you is and know how you feel or whatever the case is, if it's instinctual for her to be independent and instinctual for her to pick up the table, because you said it was a mad rush, everybody getting stuff together. Why is it not instinctual? For not
it
just
was
not,
though.
Not you.
It was though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
it
I'm
was
saying not even
there,
you.
There was what I'm telling you is that literally it was, I was about to reach out and take it away from her. That's what I say. It was an instinct, right? The problem that I have is that you want me to keep it a buck? She shouldn't, when men are around, you should not be carrying nothing heavy. Don't even pick it up.
I agree with
Period.
that. I agree with that too.
Don't pick it up.
I do agree with that. I mean, even if I see you pick it up, I'm gonna ask you. But I agree with Clint. If you got men around and if anything's heavy, I don't care if it's a pot, and you got to pick that up. Don't pick it up. Let the men do it. Just tell them I need this or whatever. But don't pick anything heavy up. If you got men around, don't even try. But if I see you pick it up, I'm going to ask you, you want me to get that? That's just me.
And just understand my point of view. I didn't see her pick it up.
Yeah.
I understand my point of view. I did not see her pick it up. I saw her bring it out. And I know, I'm like, car's right here. Like literally, I could take 2 jumps and I'm right at the car.
2 jumps. It's gonna be
like,
2 jumps.
I'm not even exaggerating.
It was literally right there, like right. It was right. It was
serious.
Right outside the door. I will say that it was right.
But
I'm
not.
But
knocking,
he did it.
I'm really not knocking. See, I'm knocking like the fact that she went through 3 other people.
Right.
Between.
Oh, they were wrong.
The car.
They were wrong.
They were wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I would never tap you on the shoulder to say, "Oh,
it was unnatural." Like it's
not
natural.
Like, and I think it's just that. I think, like, I don't think it would have bothered me as much if dude hadn't like tapped me on the shoulder and was like, "Oh yeah, Jazz, you got it."
And he did it one time. Like a double.
I think I know who did it.
Better. He said,
I think I know who did it.
Sure, you know who did it. Because it wasn't the 2 who you think. And I'm just like, I know he did.
I need to hear that. I need their Facebook page. I need their Instagram tag. Who is he?
He did the tap with Duck Goose.
He said,
like, wait.
He said,
like, bro, when he's like, tap me, then for you to do it while I'm carrying the table, I was like, and I think when that happened, that is what just added insult to injury for me. Like that, I feel like that was kind of like.
Well,
I would never spit on nobody, but that was
right there. The dark finish to just go off.
Because
that right there would have had me Stone Cold Steve Austin him with that type. Like, period. You tap me like this, like one time,
like you it,
baby boy.
Like, yeah, like the double tap on the shoulder is what kind of had me like, are you? And so it bothered.
Do you have a full life? Are you completely okay up here? Is everything okay? Because if you tap me on my shoulder, somebody, yeah, Miss Independent. Oh, my window. Like you want to sing the song? I would.
Like, he was like, yeah,
I was really waiting for one of y'all to sing it.
But I do apologize because I should have went off my instinct of what I thought I should have done in the first place. Which, I mean, like I said, when Tay said that, I said, dang, you're right. Because, you know, if I was just did what I would, because once again, you gotta understand, it bothered me. Like, I promise you, we can call Tay right now. No one else brought this up to me. When we left the place and me and Tay went to wherever we went to drop the tables off, I asked her.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her.
This is correct because she did text me. And because I think I had like joked about it when I got back in the room or something like that. I don't know. And she was like, hey, were you really upset about it? Or was it like a ha he he type thing? And I was like, I think it kind of was a joke, but I kind of was really upset about it. But I kind of like joked it off. And she was like, I think this is going to be a podcast conversation. So just here
we are.
She was like, we had a conversation about it in the car. And I was like, oh, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
But you know the funny thing about it is, go ahead, Kenny.
Shout out to Tay Dollar. Shout out to Tay Dollar for real. She
yes, like yo.
Bro, like, but you know the funny thing about it is, even at this point, even if C had helped you, even though the car was like 2 hop skips and a jump away. At this point, I'm already here now. Like, that's how confused women are. Like,
right.
Like we would have been mad. I didn't care this far.
All I know, let that have been my wife. Shoot, I would have been hearing about it that night all the way to
talking about it next Saturday.
Hey, can I give you another example today? This is what happened today.
Not today.
Yeah, today. So we at Party City, right? You know, Tay shopping for, you know, the little for the party that she's planning, right? So the lady behind the counter, so I guess they couldn't get the I guess whatever stuff in the bag, right? So the lady behind it, so Tay was like, yo, can you just double it up, please, right? So I lift the bag up for her to put the stuff in there. But she was struggling trying to get the stuff in there. So she finally gets it in there. But then Tay looks at me tomorrow, you're not going to help? But I'm like, yo, I'm picking the bag up.
No, you were supposed to like bag up, sir, to help her fit it in there.
You see somebody struggling to do something, you just standing there like this.
So listen. No. I'm not doing that. I'm holding the bag up.
I would have told you hold it up.
I'm holding the bag up. So the thing about it is that she unfolds the bag, like she's like spreads the bag out so she can put the bag in there. Now, mind you, this struggle only happened twice. Like she tried it twice. Right? Now you gotta understand, Tay is she can say what she wants, but she's very like she doesn't have as much patience as y'all think that she has.
You're not gonna come for her like that, okay?
I'll tell you to her face.
Same way. Like I really want to be like. Listen, I want everybody to think I'm just Mother Teresa, but baby, I am.
We know you.
Like
you get real.
She doesn't have as much patience.
Alley cat.
We know you get real. We know you get real.
So she looks at me like, you're not gonna help, and I'm like, yo, I'm holding the bag while she's doing. This is a partnership. I'm not behind that counter getting paid.
Wait, the lady.
Let's just wrap this up. Chivalry is dead. We want y'all to read our mind.
If it's dead,
not into assuming.
So okay,
if it's dead, who
I'm
killed
gonna
it?
say this. I'm gonna. Hold on. Wait. Oh,
sorry.
If it's dead, who killed it?
Because I was gonna say, I don't think it's completely dead, because I will say within the industry that I working with boxes and freight, when I was out there like doing a lot of the lifting and stuff, if there were men who were not already doing their lifting and they saw me like carrying something, they would be like, oh, I got a jazz.
But it was instinctual. It was instinctual.
Hold on. I will point this out though. It would only be older men.
Yeah.
The young ones that's like 20 years old, like, nah, they're not helping. They just, I gotta be like, can you please come and help me get this dock door or something like that? I will say
it's not dead, but it got, it's on life support. It got coronavirus.
It's fading.
So it's not dead.
It's fading.
Who killed it?
COVID.
But I will say, I don't like that whole who killed it thing, because
really, why
it's
not?
One of those situations. Let me finish. It's one of those situations like what Tay was saying. Like, I was raised by someone who was independent, because it's kind of, you get the mindset like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. I don't have the time to wait for a man to just be around. Every woman is not in a relationship. So if every woman is not in a relationship, so I'm not supposed to get nothing done because there's not a man around, it's not always going to be a man around.
Okay. So what happens when men are around?
When let a man be a man,
right?
You should let a man be a man. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with letting a man be a man. Yes, you should be able to let a man be a man. But also at the same time, if it's something that's you're programmed to continuously do it. I'm always doing it. I can speak for me and probably 70 to 85% of other single women. I do not always have the luxury of waiting for a man to be around. I cannot always stand there like the damsel in distress. I have to, when I gotta do, I gotta go. I gotta do it. It gotta get done. So therefore, I'm gonna allow you to be the man, and if you see me doing something that you should do, be the man and be like, yo, I got it, put it down, or yo, this, or whatever the case may be.
Things you shouldn't be doing. Okay.
But she should have never had the opportunity to pick that table up if it's men around. I don't care if it's not her man.
Just leave it there, then.
Like Kenneth said, like Kenneth.
Just leave it there.
Like Kenneth said. No, don't leave it. My thing is, if she's helping her friend, it's not about who her man is or whoever. It's two single people there. She's trying to get stuff done. If it's like, I'm just saying, with my guy, he gets upset. Like if we go grocery shopping or whatever, we go get clothes or whatever. He does not allow. I mean, I'm not saying like that he controlling or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I don't put groceries in the back seat. I don't like when we go grocery shopping. I don't put them in the trunk. I don't do anything like that. I don't get them out the car. No, I don't get them out the car. I don't do any of that. I don't like when my baby has to get out of like just say she fall asleep in the back seat. I don't pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just heavy lifting. It's instinctual.
Yeah,
it's instinctual.
Everybody. I do this. I do all those things you just said. Listen, my record of carrying 20 bags, like clearing out that bag seat with one swipe. Yeah, I got a nice little record. I'm just telling you, like I'm pretty good at it.
You are one of the chosen.
I'm pretty good at picking up stuff.
Two trips off of punks.
Like but what I'm saying is this though, and y'all have to understand this. If we talking about Chivalry's dad, right? And you gotta address how did it die, right? Because my thing is, I feel like it, if you say yes, all right, it could be on both sides, right?
Exactly.
It could be on both sides. But the thing about it, if we're talking about independent women, yeah, right, fine. Black men have either abandoned families or been taken away from families, so that way women have to do, do things on their own,
exceedingly and abundantly, right? Say that, yeah.
That's great. I understand that. Why? Because my father was in jail probably half my life, right? So my mom had to do everything on her own. To the point, everything, right? So I get it, but I sometimes feel like we don't have that conversation about that part. And I'm not even saying, you can maybe have the conversation with yourself about how independent you are, or how you should take some of that independence away from yourself. This is, to me, chivalry should be something where you look in the mirror and say to yourself, am I too independent? Am I not enough am I not chivalrous enough?
I hear what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like single women have that option to have that.
No.
Because if I take away my independence or any of that, then
I'm not saying totally.
Ain't nothing gonna get done.
But I'm not saying totally, right? Because you were in a situation where you had 4 other people to do something, right? Matter of fact, let's say you had other guys that do it, right? So you were in a situation, right, where you could have just left it there and said, you know what, at this right here, I'm not doing that. You know why? Because I don't have to.
That's not her nature, though.
That's what I'm talking about, though. We're talking about in her nature. The thing about it is that there's certain things that we need to stop doing.
So how can you tell somebody that it's not mine? I'm a single mother. Regardless of who's in my life, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. If I don't pay it, it's not going to get done. And that has to be my nature, because I am a single parent.
But there's certain times you don't have to do it, though.
But hold on, wait. Let's catapult that thing to the back, because the sad part about it is I will never be with my child's father. Okay. He does not do. He will not do. And I'm, in a position where I had to make him do legally. Okay. If I don't do it, if I don't pay the bills, if I don't pay her daycare, if I don't buy her clothes, if I don't buy her shoes, I can't wait for a man to come and rescue me. I don't have that benefit.
That. I'm not saying you have to do that. Here's what I'm saying. If I come to your house, Tay, right, and I say, hey, Tay, when I'm here, don't worry, don't touch that trash, right? You go take the trash out. Hey, Tay, listen. Tay, when I'm here, you ain't got to worry about that trash.
How often are you going to be here? Like,
but no. Hear me out, though. Hear me out. I say, Tay, you know what? Don't touch that trash. Don't worry. I got it. Right? So what if I come over every day and every day you still take that trash out? You still take the trash out and you still take the trash. And I'm like, all right, why? How many times do I got to tell? She still take. All right. What I'm saying is this. If you have friends or if you have somebody that, or if you're in a situation where, you know, you don't have to do something, relinquish that. Let that go. Like, you don't have to do everything. Now, here's the thing. I get it. You're programmed to do. I get that. But see, I've been married to my wife for 10 years. And she still does the same thing. When I tell her, don't bring the groceries in, she still does it.
Her nature.
But that doesn't, no. In 10 years, you still, and I told you.
It takes a part of
this,
her
nature.
Where it's going to have to take a part
somewhere in her heart, in her mind.
Yourself. You have to just pick it up yourself and just like that. If you're going to have to step in and just help her with reprogramming how she
or do it before you tell her. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of it
needs
too.
It done. Like do it before you have to tell her anything.
All right, so listen. She pulls up in the driveway, right?
Oh, yeah.
She pulls up in the driveway. She comes in the house with bags. I don't care how small the bag is. I don't care how large the bag is. She thinks because it's light that it's all good. Oh, no, it's just a little light bag. No. I told you not to bring any bags in the house. Like, not one. But she does it anyway. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm listen. And maybe this is just one of my flaws, but I'm not the one to be repeating myself over and over. I just don't do it. And she doesn't like when she does it to me either. When she has to repeat herself to me, she don't like it.
But she's repeating her behavior, and you don't like that either.
There we go. So it's not. How fair is that to me? How is that fair to me when I'm talking to somebody, I'm trying to be the man and do the manly thing, and you're doing the manly thing? Like, how fair is that to me?
Manly though, like that's the thing that irritates me to my soul. If it's only manly if you have a man, you know what I'm saying? Like it's only manly.
Listen.
If you have a guy to do it, like it's not manly if you are a single woman and you got to do it by yourself. It's hard to orchestrate a new direction.
It's hard to turn it on and off. Like it's like turn it on, and then I feel like to a certain extent, like when you get used to that, like. When it's not there, like you kind of like, oh, I wish such and such was here to lift this table or carry this bag in the house, like, and that makes you look kind of like
sorry, like you sorry.
Can I ask you a question?
Come and do this.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Y'all speaking from a single person's point of view,
right?
What is her excuse?
That's her nature. What you not gonna do? That's her nature. It's also like for women, and I need you to understand, we are complicated individuals. We are complicated individuals.
Oh, we're using that excuse.
No, that's the truth.
But that doesn't. But that
like
doesn't.
You know what irritates me before you say anything. You know what irritates me? Getting out of my car, pulling up in the driveway, getting out of my car. Leaving the bags that I gotta look at in the back seat, walking in the house and asking my non-existent husband, I got some bags out there in the car. Baby, we ain't got time for that back and forth, that rigmarole.
Non-existent.
See, this
can get it myself. But
this is an issue.
I need you to understand this.
But what
help me is somebody that can help you as well. There are aspects of you that made me tell you, like, why don't he let me do this?
That's very true.
Why don't he let me be this person?
No. There's not.
What?
There's not a situation with Tay, but like, oh, well, why doesn't he let me do this? There's not a situation like that.
Clearly, because she's taking.
But there are situations where I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to be doing that. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying that she's totally like this, like all the time, right?
So you a Boaz. So you a whole Boaz. It's nothing about you.
No. What I'm saying is this. As independent women that you are, I'm not here to take away nobody's independence. But what I am want to say is that y'all need to adjust that. Like when you're with, I understand if you're not with somebody and you're used to doing it, that's cool, right? But when you do find that special man, because y'all both are lovely women. One is lovely and annoying. I'm not going to point out which one it is.
I cannot.
That's probably me. You probably don't change face.
But you know what? But that mate will embrace that. They will embrace it, right? But what I'm saying is this. You meet that man, and that man tells you about this thing that you do that he don't like, and he's supposed to be doing. Year 1, you're still doing. Year 2, you're still doing it. Year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. You're not giving up the independence that you have. You need to give up some of that.
What you're not gonna do is tell them what they're not gonna do.
But this is my thing. But this is my thing because once again, I feel like this is. Maybe men don't know exactly what they want to do because I cannot tell you how many times men talk about, oh, I like a woman that's independent and could do it for herself and do it by herself and don't need no man and don't want to be using no dude or whatever the case may be. Like, it's kind of like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so many men, and I work in a male-dominated industry. And so, to a certain extent, that's probably why I am kind of the way I am. But, like, it's like, oh, I like a woman that's independent. Like, oh, she got to be able to do it for herself. Don't need no man. All this other stuff.
Me as a man, I've got to feel like I'm needed. I've got to feel like I'm needed. If I don't feel like I'm needed, I don't feel that I'm being fulfilled and feeling my purpose. And then the point example is like you guys were mentioned where, like, I know Clint was mentioned, like, you know, is there a time where, you know, Tay, if she asked, you know, can I get whatever task you're doing? Prime example for me and my wife. So my wife, sometimes she would take the initiative and she would try to put furniture together. Like what we get. Like we brought 2 bookcases. She decided to put one of the bookcases together. It was backwards. She put it backwards. She said, you know what? I'm gonna let you put the other one back, put the other one together because I this was jacked up. I still keep that bookcase to this day the way it is because that's part that I like looking at it, and that just reminds me of my wife. But I put the other one up and I put it up right. But she sometimes she would like to do that, just to take initiative on doing certain things, and she would just take the start. But as you know, to her extent, like she started like reprogramming, like, you know what, I know I will somehow mess this up if I touch it, so I'm going to let you do it. So it's a give and take thing. And then also, it was initiative to me where, like, you know, some things I would have to take initiative to go ahead and get the stuff done, get the stuff started. But I wouldn't be able to know when to read her head when she wanted this done or something else that she had me doing. So, I mean, it's a two-way street. It goes both ways.
And this is where I go wrong. Now that we're having this conversation, I kind of see the error of my ways. See, I really do. If your job, you've orchestrated to me, my job is to take out the trash. I'm gonna take out the trash. Your pretty hands and your nails don't need to touch no trash. Cool, no problem. If the trash is full, you got about 3 times for not to be before I start showing out and start taking it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm a timing type of person. I like to be on time. I like to be on time. To be early.
Not all women like that. I know what she's saying right now.
Not all.
I know what she's saying right now. Please finish.
I am a timing kind of person. Jay can tell you, like, I am an on-time person. If I say I'm gonna be there at 9, I'm gonna be there at 8:50, at 8:55. If you telling me that your job is to take, oh girl, don't worry about that. I'm gonna take that trash out. You got this many times for me to see that trash full, not even really full, just overflowing. Like that's that reading the mind thing. Maybe God is working. He's in the midst. But you got 3 times. Like really in life, like even if we together 30 years, you still got 3 times to not take that trash out when it's full before I start taking it out. How much longer? Like I just don't like that. I don't like to be early is on time, and to be on time is too late. I don't like it.
You ain't gonna get on your ashy knee. Tell him to please take out the trash.
Never. I don't care how much I will put him in a trash can before I get on my ashy knee. I asked him to marry me, and he said, "Yeah." I wish I would. No, indeed. Especially if I gotta wait 3 times for him to take the trash out on time.
So you're saying that it got to be on your time?
No, not on my time. If you're telling me that you are gonna do something,
right?
In my mind, I want that structure. I want you to be, if it's important, like you want it to be important to me, like that. Now you talking about that give and take, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an on-time person, and if you have a relationship with somebody,
what do you mean by on time though?
You told me that Tay likes white chocolate, but not dark chocolate. Sometimes she likes the dip chocolate, but a smooth chocolate. But I need the chocolate. If you know all of this about this person, you know what kind of person that you're dealing with. You know what kind of person you're dealing with. Anybody that I date, that's the first thing. Before we talk about marriage, before we talk about what I'm allergic to, I'm an on-time person.
But when you say on time, right?
On time.
Let me tell you when I say that. So if I'm sitting there watching the game and you say, hey, I say, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna take that out. You come back those 3 times.
Because you're telling me.
But you come back those 3 times. And it's still there, right?
You're asking for a problem. You're asking for a problem. If you still sit there and watch the game and I went to go take I'm going to take the trash out, like if I'm literally reaching and you say, oh, I got it, and I go walk off and go get the baby ready for bed, or I go fold some clothes, or I go take a shower, and I come back and you still have the audacity to be sitting in front of the TV like this, and the trash is not, and of all things, sitting in front of a television, and the trash is not taken out.
You said
get the family ready for bed get us ready for the next day, and you sitting there. And the trash is not taken out. First of all, you asking for me to take the trash out. Then you ask for silent treatment or an argument. Period.
I hear you.
You just said that you don't want to have to read our mind. I'm telling you, I've shown you.
Yeah. Right.
What kind of person I am.
Well, I don't think it's that y'all don't want to read our mind. It's just y'all can read our mind. Y'all just don't like what y'all reading. That's what the
exactly.
situation.
No.
Y'all in a different book. Y'all in a different chapter.
There's sometimes we won't be able to get exactly what y'all want at that time. But I to your defense, the trash thing. Yes, if I saw that you were going to get it, and I told you I was going to get it, this is me. I'm going to take it out right then and there. Be done with it and come back. But I will say this:
watching TV,
Jazz. What you're not gonna do is test our game.
Oh baby,
let me tell you something.
I will put you in.
I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know. I do not know who the Lord has for me, but I am going to test that gangster like it's an SAT test. Because
I'm gonna tell you, Jay, y'all gonna run each other crazy because whoever.
For you to have the audacity, I'm sitting here, I done finished cooking, I'm cleaning up the kitchen, I'm getting the baby ready for bed, exactly. I'm trying to lay out clothes out for work the next day, and you just sitting there like this in front of a television.
That wasn't me. If I saw my wife moving, I'm gonna be right behind her.
That's what I'm saying.
We're different from everybody else. Like I feel like with Jane, she's gonna make somebody a wonderful wife because she's gonna take care of home. She's gonna take care of them kids. She's gonna take care of her husband. Like with me, I don't ask for much. Take the trash out on time, please.
Right. Once again, I'm gonna ask this question one more time.
Give my car wash every now and again. You know,
I'm gonna ask this question again. I'm gonna ask it again. So you're meaning to tell me what you're telling me is that it doesn't have anything to do with your time.
No, it's not.
And what time you wanted to be done?
No,
I didn't.
You just said. But all right, so now here's the thing. I'm trying to understand. So please explain to me what you mean by on time. No, I'm talking to Jay. I'm talking to Tay. I'm talking to Tay.
Oh, okay. My thing was, you said that you want, if you said that you want to take the initiative. You want us to give you the initiative, the initiative to do manly duties. Right. That's what you said.
Right.
A manly duty in my mind is the trash. Number one, Ace Boom Coon.
You're right.
It's the trash. That's your job. So if I see the trash is overflowing, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, we looking at each other, and the trash still stacked up to the ceiling. You want to watch the All-Star game in Atlanta, and I'm trying to figure out why the trash still stacked up because you said this was your job.
Right.
I'm trying to understand why the trash still stacked up. It's not about my time. You told me this was your duty as a man. So I'm understanding. When, if you don't put, are you, when you clock in?
When you clock in?
Okay. So now, hold on. Trim,
he said that. I'm just
Trim, tell me if I'm tripping, right? What? Because this is what I'm getting from what she's saying. Because she just said she's an on-time person.
Okay.
Right? This is what she said. This is what I'm dissecting what she just said. I'm an on-time person. So if I pass it 3 times and it's not done, I'm going to take it out. Did she not just say that, Trim, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so the only question I'm asking her, because I can easily, when the game is over, I can get up and take that trash out and it'll be done, right?
Or a commercial break.
Exactly, or a commercial break. But she passed this thing 3 times. Because it hasn't been done in the 3 times that she passed it.
What I got from her, she said if she asked 3 times.
No, she said she passed it 3 times.
No, he's right. If I pass it 3 times, if you have orchestrated that it's your job to do manly things.
And it's going to get done. It's going to get done. It's going to get done.
Okay, so hold on. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. I do have something to say about that. Flag on the play. Right. And I've literally heard. Literally, I was talking to my coworker about this the other day. He is married, and he was at work. His wife called him, and she was like, were you supposed to do something last night before you went to bed?" And he was like, "I think so." And she was like, "What were you supposed to do?" And he was like, she was like, "Don't worry. When you get home, you'll know what you were supposed to do." So he comes to my office, and he was like, "Yo, I don't know what I didn't do when I got home." I was just like, "Well, what were you supposed to do?" He was like, "I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to do."
She kind of treated him like a newborn baby.
She got an attitude. He was like, "Damn." He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Whatever. It'll be there. Whatever I was supposed to do is there." She said, "It's there when I get home." I said, "Oh, you probably supposed to put something together." He's like, "Nah, we ain't getting nothing new." I said, "All right." So I saw him the next day, and I said, "Yo," I said, "D, what was you supposed to do when you left?" He was like, "Oh, I was supposed to take the trash out, and I had forgot because I was finished watching TV, and I ended up going upstairs and going to bed instead of taking the trash out." That is why women are like, "Listen, just do it now." Because one, if you're watching the game or if you're watching the show, if you're just sitting there, that trash is going to float away from your mind, and you are going to forget it. You're going to get up and go upstairs and go to bed. You're going to be looking at your fantasy football score team.
Or be sitting on the couch looking like James Jones when he died.
You're going to be sitting there. You gonna be sitting there.
That was so stupid.
Y'all was so
You gonna be doing everything. And I said, well, what happened when you went home? He said, oh, the trash was. He said what she did was she put the trash right in front of the door. So when he opened the door, the trash was right there. And the first thing he was like, damn, I ain't take out the trash last night. Like, that is why women are just like, listen, I'm asking you to do it. Just do it right now. It's right here. We in the moment. If you're sitting there watching football, it's going to drift to your mind. And now what? Now I got to add to
it. Like you said,
this trash been overflowing all day.
Like, y'all expect women to make a habitual thing to give y'all the lead. I need y'all to be habitual about the things that you call manly duties. Be habitual. Okay, taking out the trash. Cleaning out the microwave, whatever y'all call manly. Please, can y'all please replace the head gasket on my car? I mean, what's up?
Not the head
gasket. I agree with all of that. But listen, I pray that y'all don't get a husband like me. Let me tell you something.
Passive aggressive.
Let me tell you something. I don't play that. I don't like when I have to do stuff on your time. I don't do that.
Yeah, I pray I'm gonna husband like you.
And this is always the ongoing argument with me and Tay. I'm fully grown, gray beard and all.
Not gray beard and all.
I don't work on
gray beard and all.
Listen, I don't like to work on other people's time. I work 9:30 to 6:30. I'm already working on somebody else's time. Then I got to come home and then work on your time.
But you tell me,
no, you want this done right now.
But it was already on your time, though. It was kind of already on your time when you said, hey, I got that. I'm going to do it.
When I get ready.
You see,
you know the funny thing about that is that I feel, and me and you have been tipping today. We have good energy usually, but today is like one of them days where I'm just like, I still love you. Like, I will fight for you. Like,
listen,
in the street with me and Tony Braxton, baby, she want to smell girl.
Listen,
their energy all over the board. But it's like, it's not about your time, because when you become somebody's husband or somebody's wife, it's our time. And I feel like just jobs as a married person are not man jobs, woman jobs. Like, I can take the trash out, baby. I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
What?
I'll say this.
Go ahead, Trent.
Let me put this in here real quick. What this is a man's coming from a different perspective, and a woman's coming from a different perspective. When they get together, this is a chance where y'all have an opportunity to communicate, because y'all need to talk and discuss what it is that you like or what it is that the other one likes, and y'all have to find some common ground between each other. If you say you don't want to pass it 3 times, well, and you know the type of man, the conversation and the experience that you're dealing with, if that's the type of man that you got, you would know that, okay, there's going to be some common ground. I don't like to pass it 3 times. He should know I don't like to pass 3 times. So I'm going to be more lenient on how many times I'm going to actually pass it. Am I going to just literally just go, I'm going to pass it 1 time, then I'm going to turn around and pass it again? No, give it some time to marinate. Give it some time to marinate. The other man should be okay. Okay, I have to find some time between. She just passed it 1 time, so I have to click in my mind. Okay, when am I going to take this out? Y'all have to have a common ground to communicate.
So crazy.
That's communication.
That you have this whole dynamic of negotiation.
He's gonna.
That's really, what a relationship is. You're gonna have to negotiate.
Literally,
that's a fact.
Negotiation.
Negotiation
and compromise.
I'm shocked that he had, like, men just don't. I didn't know you guys thought so in depth, because my thing is like, okay, 3 times. 3 times.
You think it's
you know
baseball?
What I'm saying? Like,
you
but
think
at
it's
the same
baseball?
time, okay, so
you think it's baseball?
Would you feel funny if you walked in the house and you forgot to take that trash out? You walk in the house and I already took it out. You knew I was gonna get to it eventually.
No, because I forgot. And that is my fault.
when you don't do it right then and there, you take the chance of forgetting, and that is the I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot is just like, oh, I forgot. Oh my bad, I forgot. Because as soon as you say, oh, I forgot, in my mind, I'm like, if you wasn't sitting your ass on that damn couch watching that TV, you wouldn't have forgot.
You know what?
So I'm saying that in my mind, but I'm not gonna say it to you. Because I'm trying to spare your feelings.
Oh, baby,
another thing.
You know what?
Is that garbage?
You better than me.
I mean,
I'm saying
is that the straw that broke the camel's back?
You know, it's not that it's not that it's no. I'm not saying that it's not a deal breaker in a relationship, but for me, like, first of all, I like my kitchen. My mother has OCD to like the 10th power. The house I live in, it doesn't even look like anybody lives in the house. It looks like it's a staged home, right?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that kitchen in that house. Yeah,
it's so gorgeous. Like Mama J don't play no game.
So
like the pictures on the wall are immaculate. Like they just like.
But this is how I was raised, right? So I'm to the point now that I'm older, like as I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. So while this is simmering or while this is frying, I'm washing this dish or whatever the case may be. While I do this, let me wash this or whatever the case may be. After I cook and everything is in the Tupperware, and before I even eat, the kitchen is clean, right? Before I go upstairs, if the garbage is even taken out, in my mind, I'm irritated because the whole entire kitchen is clean. The food is put away. The only thing that's messing up my kitchen is the fact that garbage has not been taken out. You have literally boo-booed on all of the work I have done this whole evening because you couldn't. We got smart TV. You could put that TV show on pause and take the garbage out.
So imagine being a woman that has dealt with this her whole life, somebody whose mother is not playing no games with the cleanliness. Imagine being like, there's the understanding. That's when that comes in. Like, y'all want to be understood. Oh, right now? Yes.
See?
Because that's how I have been raised. Like, I have been raised to do everything in a certain kind of decency and order. I have been raised to, once I get done cooking, I'm taking the trash. Like my mom, you know what? It don't even got to be full. Just take it out right now. Like I have onions in the bag. Whatever the case is. How do you guys want that much understanding and we can't get the same thing? Like it don't even have to be full.
I've gotten to the point where I just take the trash out, right? But you know what? You know what irks me? If I say, hey, you know what, Tay? I want sex and I want it right now. You think I'm getting that? You think I'm getting that?
It's I already know you ain't getting it.
You think I'm getting that? I passed the bed one time.
It's gonna be another.
I passed the bed 3 times.
It's gonna be some headbutting.
I passed the bed 3 times. I still ain't got the sex.
No, he ain't getting that. Not passed the bed.
First and foremost, it's not always like I'm not saying like, you know, I'm very unfortunately. I'm very
giving me a headache. This man said I passed the bed 3 times.
I didn't want to hear about. I just passed over that. I didn't want to hear about no head. But I'm very, unfortunately, passive aggressive. Okay, I'm the worst. I'm not chivalrous. I don't feel like I didn't know. No, you know, I didn't know women were supposed to be, so I just canceled that part of my personality. But when it comes to like just being catering, I can do that, but I'm very passive aggressive. So if I take the trash out, I'm gonna make sure I probably will take the bag outside the trash can, drag it down to the floor so you see the bag. You see it and take it out. Like it's just that bad. But when it comes to like, but at the same time, it's like I have that luxury that, you know, I have somebody in my life that cleans up. That takes care of their house. They got their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they take care of their house.
And that's one of the things that you negotiated in your relationship, where
I didn't even have to negotiate because he like Mama J.
What I mean by that is that you seeked out one of those qualities that you attracted to that. So you automatically just kind of like drag that into your equation. You you kind of sought it out a little bit, because you looked at little things to give you the idea that okay, this is a clean person. You sought out that.
It gotta be. You're right. But I did.
But you know what? You know why I said that though? Because I promise you, this is how I feel. A man's like when it comes to being a man, we have to do it on your time. I get it, because it's just to avoid an argument, we just go ahead and do it. But on our time, and we want things done on our time. Oh nah, it don't work that way.
Yeah, but y'all things are usually not that like detrimental.
I mean?
Like it's
like
excuse after that though. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
When y'all things are not really like.
We just got 5 minutes to spell. Like I need.
but see, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When it comes to our time, if we want something done,
no. It's not just that. It's not that. Like I'm saying, if it was something that's like important, detrimental, like yeah. But like your example was sex. It's like,
but I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that. It's everything that we do. We have to always make sure that we are thinking of your time, like doing things. Okay, well, shoot, she like it's all right. Let me do this now because if I don't do this now, then she gonna get upset. Versus us, if you don't do it, it's like, well, don't worry about it, babe.
All good men really think about
it's okay.
My God,
that's not true. All good men and you know husbands think about sex, food, money. Maybe not in that order.
Yeah.
Maybe not in that order. Sex, food, money, money, sex, food.
That's not true. Spending time with my family.
Sex, right.
Is no, spending time with my family, kicking it is very important.
Okay, cool. That's
very important. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, right, sex is important. It's important.
Right, you had to revert back to the.
I mean, I'm just saying it's an important thing. But
sex is an important thing in a relationship. Yes, I will agree.
But
that is correct.
That's what I'm saying. Like but there once again, y'all listen. Y'all can say what y'all want because y'all gonna say this, but men have to work on your time, and that's just the bottom line. We're going to let that slide if you don't do things on our time, or you know what I'm saying, we're going to suck it up and not say nothing. But things are not done on your time, here's the thing: if y'all just admit, if y'all can come to grips with that, I'm cool with that. But listen, Miss Joyce, I love her to death because when I said that, you know what she said? She said, "You right." She said, "You right," and I applaud that and respected that. I respected that.
Say this.
Oh, this. We've had this conversation, Jay. We've had this conversation.
This is the thing.
And we had it at your house, matter of fact.
A woman's timing is usually for the greater good because they've already planned everything
and
out
on that note.
No, I really honestly, I saw Jay look at her watch and I was like, "Ooh."
Not gonna play this game. Since time is. Your time is to the greater good.
Because we're not gonna agree. We're not gonna agree.
Let's agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
We have two single women with two married men.
All I'm asking is for you to submit that we got to work on your time. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. If you just say that.
You just told us that you would give us 5 minutes of pleasure and y'all be good for the rest of our life.
5 minutes? Where you get that from?
Oh, anyway.
Where you get that from?
Hey, not everybody's a minute, man. Hey.
You don't know.
Listen.
I gave y'all 5.
5 minutes.
Not everybody's
That's a conversation for another day.
Listen, if it's 5 minutes, I want my 5 minutes. Right now. Let's get this cracking. Give my 5 minutes right now.
5 minutes is literally like a disappointment. Oh my God.
We ain't waiting for you to go to bed and wake up.
5 minutes of sex time is a long time.
It's my money.
Girl, 5 minutes is a disappointment.
It's my money and I want it now.
For us single people, but the married stuff, hurry up.
See?
Hurry up.
Hurry up. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Come on, let's wrap it up.
Listen. I apologize. Jay, I should have followed my mind and my heart, and I should have done that. When I initially said I was going to do it. When I thought about it, I should have did it. So from now on, I'm just not going to think. I'm going to be the robot that I need to be.
So you went
okay.
That was a low blow.
I'll never pick up a heavy thing ever again.
There we go. As long as you do that, we good to go.
I'll never pick up a heavy thing in your presence ever again.
Until then, although we've come.
Oh. No, I was about to hit Anita Baker. I apologize.
All right.
I do apologize. It won't happen again.
Ever. Because the next podcast we have, she's about, let's talk about Chivalry again. I know what's up.
I know, right?
I know it's gonna be some tea to spill.
Y'all don't win all. It's gonna have to be a 2-part episode.
Yeah, like literally, we definitely
this is definitely long.
I got a lot of content to chop up.
Bro, this is probably about a good 2 hours. Like, we're gonna have to drop this in. We're gonna have to drop this in segments. Like,
we're gonna have to drop it in segments because this is a long conversation. This is going to be.
I love y'all so much,
but I think it was a conversation to be had though. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
I like that we can disagree and agree, like to still like it was still copacetic. It was still good energy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like it's a lot of people like it's the All-Star weekend. These folks had to go back home with no rims on their car. All kind of stuff going on. Did y'all see that?
No, are you serious?
The All-Star weekend at the Bankhead and Buckhead parking garage.
Oh, they parking the Bankhead?
2 levels. Every car in the parking garage for the first 2 levels, they had no tires on the hood. None.
Hey, that's their first mistake.
I said, like I said,
no parking in Bankhead.
Everybody looking like Birdman. That was so they were just waiting on folks to come.
Right.
Y'all wildin'.
Ain't no way. They should have Googled where not to park my car when I go to Atlanta.
That's why I say everybody that live in Atlanta is not going downtown Atlanta at all. Like, period. There's nothing down like, period.
You're taking the train. You're supposed to take the train to wherever you're going.
You're not going nowhere. Y'all not going nowhere.
You're supposed to stay home.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Town.
You're right.
Nobody going down there.
But if you're going to drive or if you're going to do something, take the train. What you driving for?
Exactly. You take the train.
Exactly.
So
I need y'all to take the hubcaps off the train. Please don't take them off my Bentley.
They don't know the slogan. They don't know the slogan. Smarter. It's smarter.
It's smarter.
Is that the slogan for real?
Yeah, Marta is smarter.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
been here too long not to know that.
You know, she had a chauffeur all her life, so
she had a moment where Almond Joy has nuts.
Excuse me.
She has a moment where Almond Joy has nuts, Mounds don't. She had a moment.
Yeah. Chauffeur all her life.
Almond Joy.
I do too.
Ain't no bus in Loganville, honey. She can't even get there.
Right.
She needs to.
That's a fact.
Period.
Whatever, y'all made
That's
it.
a fact.
I love you guys. It is Spark.
Yeah, we ran over our time, but it's going to be a good conversation. Jay, she knows that she gotta love me regardless, so and I love her too. So
yeah, you ain't got no choice.
Love you.
So listen, collab. Anybody got anything? Any last words? Are good?
Yes, Kenny.
What's up?
That's all I want to say, Kenny.
Y'all better watch all of our videos. Watch all our videos, or y'all not real, and your mama and.
Hey, real talk. A lot of people. I just said forget. I ain't rocking with a lot of people. Or just off the strength that they ain't rocking with me on my podcast. They ain't rocking
with us, right?
So,
but I did.
They ain't share. They ain't view, bro. Right. If you ain't sharing, the views on my IG stories is not matching the views on the podcast.
Nah,
I did solicit on my personal Instagram page. _it's_Tavis TAYVIS. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
To like, share, subscribe, and comment to the _collab_presents. And people have been liking and sharing. So thank you so much for liking and sharing. If you have not liked and shared with my 900 plus friends, I'm trying to understand why is you following my personal page and not the collab. Understand me. Help me.
You ain't rocking with my people. You ain't rocking with me. That's
exactly. This content is unmatched. Like this content.
What they be saying? Gang, gang. Is that what they say?
Episode right here.
Gang, gang.
This episode right here, I feel like can be kind of controversial. So I'm excited. to see how you gonna chop and screw this.
It's definitely got to be like.
I want the couples to watch this together. I want everybody
that was at that party to watch this, so they can see, so the men can see that.
Take the trash out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure at least one of them is gonna be watching. I already know it. So
exactly, and everybody that was at that party that didn't help Jay with that table, I need them to be.
I know one person's gonna be watching for sure.
He better watch, and I hope he feels the guilt.
For sure. Because
not rendering an arm.
I didn't know. Like I said, I wasn't in the room.
We're good. We're on the
same. I'm just saying. Like I didn't know. Because if I did knew, I would have addressed it. Is what I'm saying.
But did y'all see that C had a whole thought process? Well, maybe she's trying to exercise, but I know she's trying to lose some weight.
Hey, y'all don't understand how my brain works.
Because she wanted to be strong.
Like for real, literally, my brain works that way. I'm not even exaggerating. My brain's like
it was too much. I need you to calm down. I really do.
Like ask Trim.
He had one arm strong.
Ask Trim. Trim will say something. Trim will say something, and I have an idea, like right there. And he be like, "Yo, how do you?" Because my brain is like literally filtering. Like, okay, well, does that work? I heard what he said. Does this work? Does this work? Oh, that works.
But you had good exercise in one part of her body. Maybe she just want to, work out because she probably didn't get to go to that.
Hey,
she's been up here with us all day. Like maybe she want that one arm.
Oh no! She was carrying it like this. I remember how she was carrying it.
Like a bodybuilder.
Like this.
Okay.
That's heart rate. That's arm. That's leg.
You was not feeling Billy Bone. What's his name? Billy Bone.
Billy Blank. That's all of that. So
Billy Bond.
Clint have a crazy imagination. He has a crazy imagination. He
had Jay strong on one side.
She had that thing
like this.
She was carrying it.
That's crazy.
She carried it. But
I cannot deal.
I gotta let y'all go because we're gonna be on here all day.
Right. Listen, like, subscribe, share.
Wait. I got something I gotta say too. Hold on. Yeah.
What?
Collab Presents put some dab to this, a little bit of paint where it ain't. All I can say is shout out to Walt Disney, especially with the artwork coming soon.
Oh yes, big Walt. Paul light skin Walt.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Water to Wine Wall. Put some respect on that man's name. Water to Wine Wall. Yeah.
What's his new name?
Walt Disney.
That's what
we call him. Walt Disney.
You get busy.
Walt Disney.
Yeah, Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
He gets busy.
Y'all gonna put some respect on his name. Water to Wine Wall is better than Walt
listen,
Disney.
he like Walt Disney.
He like that.
He like Walt Disney.
He would like that.
He didn't make it his IG name. So
it's gonna be
Disney.
Something. I promise you.
It gotta be better than his. He got his real first and last name on his Instagram. I'm not gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
I said my brother.
So now you on my bandwagon for him to change his name, right? I told you.
No, because it was like he gotta change his name from Walter.
Yeah,
not Walter.
Hey, yeah, Jay.
Let that man have his name.
Jay,
he might be named, but his granddaddy is fine.
Walter. Nah. Walt Disney.
That might be a family legacy. You don't know what's going on.
If he was going on a job interview,
I believe it is. I think he is. I think it is. I think that was his.
He might be the fifth Walter. You gonna
get
a
with the name?
Wow. He's a junior.
If you got Jay Sheree.
But that's the reason why I don't give my full name because I don't want to hear nobody muck it up. When I say my name, people still say it wrong. What's your name? I said my name. Oh, Latavius. Is that what you heard me say?
Listen, I've been called Clayton for at least 20 years. So.
Where's the A? I mean, how
Bill. You gotta
Hillary.
understand the individual. It's okay.
Right. So I know what it is about jacking up names, but But
how do you feel about that, Kane?
Listen.
He looked behind him.
Denise.
I love
Oh no! Don't do that. Don't answer to that name, though.
It's Trevor.
Penny. Kanice.
Don't answer to that name though.
Bruh, that's about to be your name in my phone. I'm gonna
Trump.
send you your contact when I
your name is Kanice. Period.
Listen, we gotta go before Kenneth hits his head on the phone because he just fall asleep right there.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, he was like
this whole episode was fine.
I see it in your eyes.
I was fine.
Nah, bro, your eyes is heavy.
See, I told you.
Y'all be talking about ganja. Y'all see my eyes? I can't see nothing. I have one contact in right now.
And chop this up.
It's basically no gun.
Good day, good night.
Listen, it's a collab. We are out of this joint. Like, share, subscribe, and all that great stuff.
And comment.
Comment. That's what I'm looking for. Y'all have a great day. Blessed night. Good night. And all that great stuff.
And good luck.
Bye. What? Okay, bye. I don't even know. It's a whole nother conversation. Good day. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.